time for a round of panic or patience, and it's the inaugural voyage of our brand new panic button that I will place in the hands of Kimmy Checks, because we're going to talk about some players that we expected a lot from, haven't really gotten it, Kimmy. So panic or patience, you start with Allen Robinson.
Ooh, I'm going to go with patience on this one because I still think Allen Robinson is incredible. The reason I have patience is because this offense needs to just figure out what they're doing. We understand that Justin Fields, it wasn't the start that he wanted, but that's because he was pressured on 55% of his dropbacks versus the Cleveland Browns. That was the third highest since 2020. Obviously, Matt Nagy needs to kind of understand what's happening here. He even said Nick Foles could start. So maybe once Allen Robinson actually
What's Cutler doing?
Once he knows who his starting quarterback's going to be, I think they'll find that connection. Plus, the matchup wasn't there, but I'm not panicking on him just yet.
Kimmy's okay with Allen Robinson, which is understandable. We'll give him some time before you freak out on Allen Robinson. We do need to talk, though, Marcus, about Jonathan Taylor, because a lot of people took him in the top 10 this year, panic or patience.
Yeah, I know. Look, I know our pal Michael F. Florio is probably panicking a little bit, and I'm like, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Patience. I know it's not great. I know it has not been a great start to the season for him fantasy-wise. Yes, so far, no touchdowns. That's bad. But he's averaging nearly 5 yards per touch. That's good. In fact, he had 6.4 yards per carry. The problem was he only had 10 carries on Sunday for the Colts. So Frank Reich, just get the man the ball a little bit more. I know Adam Rank loves Nyheim Hines, but Jonathan Taylor deserves more opportunity.
No, he's good. I think that's perfect. It's a perfect split right now. In fact, I could use a little more Nyheim Hines.
In terms of running backs, and a guy who was great last year, Mike Davis gave us so much of relief with Christian McCaffrey, but the Falcons offense, in 2021, panic or patience.
As good as Mike Davis was last year, how's Chuba Hubbard available in so many leagues? I can't figure it out. But Mike Davis, we all know that he's good. Like, we saw it last year. I'm not panicking. Yeah, this is the thing. We didn't draft Mike Davis to be, an RB1, but we thought something a little bit better than RB26. He's averaging 11 fantasy points per game, and we just wanted a little bit more out of him. And I know that all the hipsters on Twitter have been like, hey, if you drafted Mike Davis, you just don't know fantasy football. Well, apparently I don't know fantasy football. I thought Mike Davis in an Arthur Smith offense would be a little bit better than this, maybe 15 points a game. Perhaps he can get there at some point, but I think the offensive line is really holding them back. And you know what? They need to be more creative offensively, which is why we see a lot of Cordell Patterson.
It seems like all the Falcons, perhaps, people are considering pressing this button. And Rank just pressed it for Mike Davis. I've got Robby Anderson, and here's the deal with Robby Anderson. In terms of patience, he had 136 targets last year. That was last year. This year, it's a completely different story for Robby Anderson. He has 11 targets on the season. Christian McCaffrey goes down. DJ Moore is on the sideline. Even then, on Thursday night, the opportunity wasn't there for Robby Anderson. The route tree limited right now in terms of what Joe Brady's asking him to do. The catch percentage for Robby Anderson was reflected in that, in terms of the deep targets being all he's really seeing from Sam Darnold. They played together in New York.
What?
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be giving us a lot of results. So, yeah, I'm panicking.
Is Dan Arnold taking it all now?
Dan Arnold's gone.
What?
Yeah, no more Darnold to Arnold.
Oh.
It's over in Jacksonville. That's our panic or patience segment.